Welcome to this video, and in this video I'm going to show you all the landscapes that are in the book, and I will give you some tips how to create different styles of landscapes and how to use different techniques for creating your spreads. So this book, the one that I called Home, was meant to be a book just about landscapes. So this was my first page, and I started with creating landscapes that I just loved. I normally make these kinds of areas and I just play with paint. I don't know on forehand how large these areas will be, and sometimes I'm a very messy worker, so these are just messy paint things, and I just continue them out of the area. And here I did the same. So I use kind of the same colors, and I think I used paper in these ones as well. So this is kind of a collection, a kind of collage, mini collage thing with 4 landscapes with all different sizes. These ones, these 3, I painted directly in the book, and this one was on a piece of, well, plastic that I normally use to protect the table with. So this is really fun to do. And I added some quotes. I added a color swatch that is coming from the hardware store. This is a quote. Let your dreams be bigger than your fears. And I'm really in love with these leaf paper, and I also added a dried flower. I didn't use much colors in these landscapes, just paints gray, kind of neutral colors, a soft pink, this one, I think it's this one. And this is, I think it's just packaging paper, the brown things you get around, well, a bread, or I don't know where it's coming from, but I really love using pieces of mixed media. And this is not the one that I want to show you later on. This is a collage page. It's not about landscapes only, but you can see that you can really use a lot of materials for landscapes. So here I have a tree, but I also used Locta paper, patterns. I used all kind of things. This is a kind of landscape. I used pieces from magazines. So for your mini collage, you can really use anything that you like. Another idea to put a landscape in your art journal is use the full spread. Just make one landscape. Maybe you saw something in reality that you really fell in love with, and you want to do that. You want to work it out. This is a pond close to my house, and in summer, I think around, well, the start of June, it's filled with water lilies, and I am really a water lily lover. I painted a few water lily paintings before on 60 by 60 centimeter canvas, and I went there every year to paint them. But the last 2 years we've been traveling, and hopefully this year I will make a new water lily painting because it's kind of tradition. But this was the one I made last year, and it was a beautiful sunset going on, and I really loved the reflection. And when I was walking by the water lily pond, last year it was filled. There wasn't any water. There were just water lilies. They took all the water lilies away, and when I was walking by today, I saw that there were already a few water lily leaves coming back. So I have good hope for this year that they will be back. Well, another idea is fill one page with a landscape, and the other one, for example, if you have a burlap page, you add some things that are just matching with the landscape. I use pieces of fabric, which is this piece of fabric, it's here. I used patterns that are in the colors of the landscape. I also have a white frame. So white is a color that must be coming back on this page too. I also have this thread coming through. Here I have even a mini landscape, and I use the same thread for horizon as here. And here I have a kind of a stamp where you can make this lovely effect with. And I thought it was really matching the color of this orange. It's not exactly the same, but I really love it. And well, I really love using pieces of paper. This is, I think it's from a birch. Fabric, threads. Sometimes I don't even know what it is anymore, but I really love it. It's a really fun way of working. And on the next page, I had another idea number 4, and that's collecting some old landscapes or old drawings that you already have and fill the page with that. And I chose these two because I really love them color-wise, and I think I had a third one in mind, but I thought it would be great to have the attention focused on just these two. So I added simply some things that, well, matching with these landscapes. So this was something, a little bag that a friend of mine made for me. I didn't know what to do with it because it was so small, and I really loved to add it to this page because it's exactly the same colors. And last week she saw this and she said, wow, you used it for your art journal, and she found it a great idea. This is a very old pattern that I used for a larger painting, but it was also matching the color of green. Here are just some abstract areas, and I really love them color-wise. So this is just an idea to grab some drawings that are, well, going well together, and then you fill up the rest of the pages with things you just like. And here I have cut off a piece of my page because I didn't like what was here. I don't know what it is anymore, but, and here is a winter tree, which I already shown you. And here I have another idea, create a mixed media landscape with a lot of, well, nice nets. And I think this was a piece of fabric that you can make larger or make smaller. So use a lot of mixed media things. It's kind of combination from the other things that I've shown you before, but these are a collection of 2 landscapes matching this large one. It's a kind of a mother landscape, and these are, well, family of it, kids maybe, or they're not exactly kids, but this is, well, by daytime, nighttime. You could also do some things with the season. So you have 4 images. One is the tree in spring, one in summer, one in autumn, one in winter. So that could also be a great idea to fill up a landscape page. I haven't done that before, but, and for this page I added almost no white, but I wanted to add this lace because this frame is also white. And I never use much white in my art journal, but in this case I really love to have white frames around my landscapes. This is another idea, and that's where I'm planning to do a workshop, an online course about, and that's working with the palette knife. And especially when you work on burlap, often the paint goes through it, and you also see it on the other page. I pasted some things on it, but here you can see that there's still some traces of the burlap that's coming through the page. But when you want to work with that, you can put something underneath. I usually take some baking paper and I put it underneath so that at least this page is free of paint. And then I simply put in some paint in all the holes of the burlap, and that's really a great result. And what I've also done in this page, I don't know where it started, but this is a mirrored page. So I did like this. This is the same, but I will show you that one later on. But I did this, and then it was the same. I think I started with this one, and well, I'm not sure. I think I started with this one and I put it like this, whoop, and then I had kind of a similar thing on the left and on the right. And then I worked this out a bit more. And this, I really loved it the way it is. So these are two things in one. Use the palette knife and use mirroring pages. It's really fun to do. Here you got another result of mirroring pages. So you go like this, and here's that, and here I don't know on which page I started, but I think I started on this one, and this is fabric, and it really absorbs the paint very well. So I think I started with this page, and then I did this, and this came out, and it was kind of vague, and I saw a fragile tree, a fragile spring tree at night, and I just continued working, and I loved doing this. And this is already, well, more than a year ago. So I worked, when I started with this book, I started randomly, and I didn't feel like finishing these pages because I felt they are good, like there is a kind of experiments and creating, well, testing out all kind of techniques, and I wanted to have them like they are right now. I feel really satisfied about them. If these were paintings, I would definitely do something on them, but this is, for me, it's really great. This is also a mirrored page, but did something completely different. And this is a new tip that I can give you. Use patterns in your landscape area. So this could be flowers. I want to add some more patterns on this one. I don't know why I haven't done that, but this page isn't finished at all. And this one, I really love the areas, kind of, well, dreamy feel. I really love these colors, and I used these colors because these were leftovers from a children's lesson. So I really wanted to do something with the leftover paint, and I thought, well, why don't I do another mirrored page? So I have in total 1, 2, 3 mirrored pages. I think this is it. Yeah, that's it. And finally, I want to show you a treat page. And this was something that I've done for my palette knife workshop, my online class that will be coming up, I think, in the beginning of May. And I wanted to show some trees, how you create these trees with a palette knife. So the backgrounds I did, I think, with a brush, but the trees, for the trees, I just used the palette knife, and I will show you. This is the painting that I've created for the online class. So if you want to do that, please stay tuned. Well, I hope you gathered a lot of inspiration and you create a lot of landscapes in your art journal. It's not really hard. It's just, I think, with a few simple tips, it's very, well, easy to create some landscapes. Just look around you and see what's inspiring you at the moment. What colors do appeal to you right now. So please let me know what landscape you're going to make. Put something down in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I'm giving you weekly tips and inspiration. So I hope you'll be joining me next time again.